Here are today's top stories. President Duterte orders the unimpeded importation of rice in efforts to lower prices and boost supply in markets. The much-anticipated meeting between President Rodrigo Duterte and President Xi Jinping of China is taking shape as preparations for the upcoming first-ever state visit of Chinese president are now underway. The DILG and PCOO signed a circular urging local government units to comply with Freedom of Information standards. And a Filipino athlete bags the silver medal in table tennis at the Asian Para Games in Indonesia. Good day, I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. The much-anticipated meeting between President Rodrigo Duterte and President Xi Jinping of China is taking shape as preparations for the upcoming first-ever state visit of Chinese president are now underway. During a courtesy call to President Duterte in Malacanang, Chinese ambassador to the Philippines, Zhao Jinhua, said that China would work with the Philippine team to make comprehensive preparations and planning for the high-level exchanges between the countries. He added that the Philippine team has also assured full preparations to ensure a safe, smooth, and completely successful visit. Zhao conveyed Xi's cordial greetings and best wishes to Duterte and updated the president on the latest developments and future plans of China-Philippines relations and practical cooperation. Duterte, on the other hand, has also extended his warm greetings to Xi, whom he invited to come to the Philippines during his visit to Beijing in October 2016. Aside from Xi's visit, Zhao said he had an in-depth exchange of views with Duterte and some of his cabinet officials on China-Philippines relations. President Rodrigo Duterte has approved the unimpeded importation of rice as part of government efforts to combat rising inflation. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said the president wants to flood the market with rice so people can buy rice at affordable prices. Roque said the National Food Authority will no longer have to accredit rice importation. This means anyone who can afford to import, pay tariffs, and comply with the requirements will be allowed to do so. He expressed hope that with this order, giant Filipino companies will be allowed to import rice and increase the supply in markets. In his third State of the Nation address, Duterte urged Congress to deem as urgent the passage of the crucial rice tariffication bill. Roque said the consensus of the cabinet was that they need not wait for a rice tariffication bill to remove unnecessary government intervention in the market. The government's withdrawal from the International Criminal Court is supposed to be a political decision made within the executive's power, according to Solicitor General Jose Calida. This as Calida defended the move made amid the controversy over the supposed extrajudicial killings in the country before the Supreme Court. More on this from Rom Dulfo.
Solicitor General Jose Calida sought the dismissal of the consolidated petition opposing the withdrawal of the government's membership from the International Criminal Court. During the oral arguments at the Supreme Court on Tuesday, Calida said the move was within the president's powers under the Constitution. Calida also pointed out that the ICC has officially accepted the government's withdrawal. Associate Justice Marvic Leonen agreed with Calida's claim, saying the Rome Statute allows withdrawal by a state from the treaty. Leonen said the judiciary should be cautious in interpreting the Constitution when it involves actions by political branches. The top state lawyer adds Malacanang's move to withdraw from the ICC was justified by the preliminary examination on alleged extrajudicial killings or EJKs in the country, despite existing and functioning mechanisms to investigate and prosecute these cases. Calida also cited the absence of the legal standing of the opposition senators who filed the petition in going to the SC without first resolving the controversy within the Senate. He argues the constitutional requirement seeking the concurrence of the Senate applies only in ratification of new treaties and does not apply to withdrawal. Upon the termination of the oral arguments, the SC directed the parties to submit their memoranda within a month. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
Malacanang said it will not intervene in the draft federal charter made by the House of Representatives. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said it was a constitutional obligation of Congress to make such a proposal. He said any proposal regarding the Constitution will come from them if the mode chosen is through a constituent assembly. A provision in the House's charter stated that the Senate President and not Vice President will be next in line to the presidency should the country transition to a federal system of government. The consultative committee tasked by President Rodrigo Duterte to draft the proposed federal constitution earlier slammed the House version of the charter. CONCOM spokesperson Ding Generoso pointed out their opposition to the removal of anti-political dynasty provisions and term limits of members of Congress. Generoso said the CONCOM, chaired by former Chief Justice Reynato Puno, is not inclined to support the House's charter. The jackpot of the Ultra Lotto 658 has breached the 1 billion peso mark, making it the highest in Lotto history. Thousands of Filipinos fell in line in Lotto outlets nationwide hoping to get the elusive jackpot. But during the draw on Tuesday night, nobody got the winning combination of 12, 16, 46, 3, 38, and 36. The next Ultra Lotto draw will be held on Friday. The Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office says a continued increase in lotto sales as well as the jackpot boosts the agency's charity fund, which will surely benefit more Filipinos. The last time the Ultra Lotto jackpot was won was back in February 16, when two bettors split the prize of over 331 million pesos. Up next, the DILG and PCOO sign a circular urging local government units to comply with Freedom of Information standards. The Bicameral Conference Committee approves the bill strengthening the state-owned Social Security System's pension fund. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues.
Ulat sa ginagawa ng Presidente.
September 27, Huwebes, Malacanang. Pinanumpa ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte ang mahigit 100 bagong Career Executive Service Officers. 27 civil servants ang hinirang ng 2018 Outstanding Government Workers at 3 ang nakatanggap ng 2017 Presidential Gawad Career Executive Service. Sa magkakaiwalay na pulong ay kinausap niya ang Presidential Advisor on OFW and Muslim Concerns, mga opisyal ng Manila Economic and Cultural Office at executive officials ng Rosso Boron Export, isang state-controlled company mula sa Russia na nag-e-export ng military products at technologies and services. September 29, Sabado, Agusan del Sur. Binisita at pinuri ni Pangulong Duterte ang Armed Forces of the Philippines 401st at 402nd Infantry Brigade sa Camp Dato, Lipos, Macapandong.
I would like to commend the men and women of the Eastern Command for a wonderful performance. Through your valiant and relentless efforts, you have neutralized, apprehended, and facilitated the surrenderers of the regulars, militia ba ng bayan members, sangay ng partido local members, and more than 500 underground mass organizations members.
Ininspeksyon din niya ang halos 200 na-recover at isinulong armas mula Enero hanggang Setyembre ngayong taon. October 2, Martes, Katarman, Northern Samar. Binisita ng Commander-in-Chief ang 803rd Infantry Brigade.
You have indeed served the country well with your recent achievements. Saludo ako sa inyo. From January to September to this year, the 803rd Brigade conducted internal security operations resulting in the apprehension and surrender of impaired members. Also noteworthy is their prompt and efficient disaster response in times of calamities.
Ako po si Secretary Martin Andanar at ito ang Duterte on Duty. Abangan sa susunod na linggo ang mga gagawin ng Pangulo.
The Presidential Communications Operations Office and the Department of Interior and Local Government have issued a joint memorandum circular that will give Filipinos access to information on the government's transactions. The circular, which takes effect immediately, provides guidelines and mechanisms for operating the National Freedom of Information Program down to the local level. This allows greater public disclosure of state transactions involving public interest and access to the right to information on matters of public concern. DILG Officer in Charge Eduardo M. Año said the JMC will encourage LGUs to enact orders in support of freedom of information. He added that the PCOO's electronic FOI platform, where the public can request for government information, will also be open to interested LGUs. DILG Undersecretary Eprimaco Densing, meanwhile, encouraged local government units to issue their respective FOI ordinances if they want to be eligible for the department's seal of good local governance. To date, 5 LGUs have already submitted their local ordinances and 8 more have pledged to follow suit. A truck carrying fish rammed 7 vehicles, including 2 motorcycles, along the highway of Zamboanga del Sur. The incident, which happened in Dumilinao on Tuesday morning, left 2 persons, including the driver of the truck, dead, while the driver's 2 truckmen and 5 others injured. Police said the truck, which was bound for Pagadian City from Zamboanga City, was traveling at a high speed on a descending road. The truck's brake malfunctioned, causing it to collide head-on with another incoming truck. Hundreds of kilograms of fish being transported by the truck scattered on the highway as a result of the collision. The Bicameral Conference Committee has approved the bill seeking to amend the 21-year-old charter of the state-owned Social Security System. SSS President and Chief Executive Officer Emmanuel Dooc thanked lawmakers for approving and adopting Senate Bill number 1753, or the Social Security Act of 2018. The bill rationalizes the powers of the Social Security Commission, the policy-making body of the SSS. This allows it to expand the investing capacity of the SSS to generate better income for the benefit of its members and pensioners. It also aims to implement a gradual increase in monthly contributions from the current 11% up to 15% in 2025, as well as the gradual adjustment of the minimum and maximum monthly salary credit. The bill also provides for the mandatory SSS coverage of overseas Filipino workers. Among the features of the BICAM approved version is the inclusion of unemployment insurance for SSS members who will be involuntarily displaced. As the country's food staple, the price of rice has always been a matter of great concern for the public and lawmakers. Will rice tariffication benefit both the consumers and traders? Let's find out from Miguel Hill on today's Business Matters.
Welcome to Business Matters. Again with us is Attorney Vic Dimagiba of Laban Consumer Incorporated. Baguhan pa lang ho ako sa industriya ng pagiging isang media man. Itong kartel ng bigas, naririnig ko na.
Matagal na po yan. Mahirap mong sirain yung network niyan. Mga embedded yan
Sindikato
sa supply
talaga.
chain. Halos 6 to 7 yung layers mo bago siya ibenta sa palengke.
6 to 7?
Yes. Lalo
Di
na
ilang
yung gulay.
patong-patong na yun.
Exactly. Yung gulay mo lang sa Benguet, bago dumating yan dyan sa, dito, Quezon City, siguro meron na yan plus 40 pesos per kilo.
Is there a way to cut the middleman?
Yun ang isang utos ng Pangulo, Memorandum Order 26 to 27. Inutusan niya ang DA at ang DTI to cut the supply chain
Cut the middleman.
to 1/2. No? No, how
Pero siguro posible yun sa lalawigan, pero dito sa Metro Manila, medyo may challenges din doon.
when a trader sells and at the same time lends you money, captured ka, di ba? Wala kang pipirmahan. Kailangan mo lang ng kapital.
Likha din ng tao itong problemang na...
Exactly. So, madaling iutos, pero if
Kayo, galing kayo sa DTI
if
dati.
you cut it, ako, Nagdidemanda pa ako. Didemanda ko pa mga malalaking negosyante noon. Kaya nung umalis ako sa DTI, aliluya ang kinakanta ng mga yun eh.
Okay, merong bill ngayon pending before Congress, itong rice tariffication bill. According to economic managers, this is the solution to the rice problem.
Para maging successful ang rice tariffication, meaning private traders will import rice, kailangan yung presyo ng well-milled, regular milled rice mo, bumaba siya to the level ng end of December. Kasi kung end of December, everything normal, yun ang diferensya ng NFA tsaka ng commercial rice. 6-7 pesos. No? So, ang challenge sa rice tariffication, mag-import mga traders, yung ba'y bababa to the level of end of December. That's the challenge, 7 to 8 pesos lower. Pero whether it will happen, we don't know. Secondly, and which is very important, more important, and I think you cannot take out the NFA rice
Kailangan
just like that.
Sabi ng gobyerno na inaasahan daw nila within a month, bababa daw ang presyo ng bigas by
2 to 3 pesos.
3 pesos per kilo
Alam mo,
dahil mukhang pakakawalan nila yung supply ng NFA rice.
Alam mo,
Is that a good strategy?
No, I think ang mabuti pa, gawin mo yung dapat mong gawin. Nag-i-import ka ng 750,000 more metric tons of rice. Bilhin mo yon. Kung mabibili mo at mapadeliver mo before the end of the year. That's a tall order, ha?
Pero itong bill ng rice tariffication bill,
We supported it in the Senate and in the House. Sabi namin, you cannot take out NFA rice in just short a period of time. Kailangan siguro gumawa kayo ng period, gradual phasing in ng more commercial rice and gradual phase out ng NFA rice.
yan ba ang component nito rice tariffication? Yung
Kasi sa rice tariffication, ang NFA will be tasked only to buy for strategic purposes. Meaning yung mag-iipon pa lang for 15 days yung in case na may calamity, etc. Hindi na siya papasok sa commercial. Kasi yung commercial and NFA, hindi ba?
So ang for all practical intents and purposes dahil nabibili retail.
That's right. I mean, I've been saying
Hindi
that
pwede
publicly
tanggalin.
na hindi maayos ang tanggalin agad. Mahirap.
So yun ang pangontra sa abuso.
Yun ang pangontra sa abuso.
Ayun.
Up to when, depende. You have to be flexible sa rice. Alam mo naman, ang rice, staple food natin. And also, alam mo naman, nasa libro yan. It's a political commodity.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney Vic. Once again, this is a show where we make it our business to give you information that matters. I'm your host, Miguel Hill, for the PNA Newsroom.
Up next, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency investigates 9 suspects in the ambush that killed 5 agents in Lanao del Sur. Colorful Vintas take center stage at the Regatta de Zamboanga held in celebration of Zamboanga's Hermosa Festival. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
Tax base para mas maging fair and efficient. Ngayon naman sa trabaho bill or package 2, yan naman ang mga taxes na ang maapektuhan ay yung mga korporasyon, malaki o maliit man, domestic or foreign. Ang laman po niyan ay yung pagbaba ng corporate income tax rate na napakataas na 30% ngayon, gagawin natin 20% over time, at yung pagtanggal ng mga incentives na binibigay natin sa mga korporasyon na hindi na kailangan at pwede natin gamitin yung pera sa mas makabuluhang bagay.
Music or may gusto ng corporate income tax rate sa Pilipinas?
Marami po. Una po, yung 30% corporate income tax rate ay napakataas kasi yung ating mga karatig bansa, binabaan na nila nito from 20 to 25%. At hindi po totoo na ang makikinabang sa pagbaba ng corporate income tax ay yung mga malalaking korporasyon. Kasi ang daming maliliit na korporasyon, mga micro businesses na mga 800,000 yung bilang. Yung iba sole proprietorship, yung iba naman small corporations. marami rin po tayong mga SMEs or small and medium enterprises na ngayon nagsisikap, pero nagbabayad po ng 30%. So, ang benefit po sa kanila ay yung mas marami na po silang dagdag na pondo na pwedeng gamitin para mag-expand or invest, at dahil dito pwede maglikha ng magandang trabaho o mas maraming trabaho.
The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency is looking into 9 suspects, including 5 persons of interest in the ambush that killed 5 agents in Lanao del Sur. Director General Aaron Aquino said PDEA will file the case against the suspects within the week. Aquino sought a parallel investigation by the National Bureau of Investigation to avoid any whitewash in the PNP's investigation. He said even the PNP members who escorted the agents are being investigated as they were all safe during the ambush. Despite the incident, Aquino maintains that the PNP and the military remain strong partners in the war against illegal drugs. Aquino meanwhile ruled out the involvement of the New People's Army and the Maute group in the ambush. The PDEA chief believes that the ambush may be a retaliatory move by local illegal drug syndicates. For the second time in history, a North Korean leader reaches out to the leader of the Roman Catholic faith. Chairman Kim Jong-un has invited Pope Francis to visit Pyongyang. South Korean President Moon Jae-in is set to deliver the invitation to the Pope during his upcoming visit to Europe. Presidential spokesman Kim Yoo-kyum quoted Chairman Kim saying he will ardently welcome the Pope if he visits Pyongyang. The spokesman added that Moon was expected to visit the Vatican on October 17 to 18. The visit is seen as a first once it pushes through, as North Korea is an atheist country that rigidly controls religious activities. In 2000, North Korea also invited Pope John Paul II to visit the country. However, the visit never took place. Pope Francis previously expressed interest in helping build a lasting peace in the Korean peninsula. Another Filipina athlete brings pride to the country. Paralympian Josephine Medina bagged the silver medal in the women's singles table tennis Class 8 category of the 2018 Asian Para Games in Indonesia on Tuesday. Medina, bronze medalist in the 2016 Rio Paralympic Games, bowed to China's Mao Jingdian 0-3 during their championship round match at the E-Convention Angkol in Jakarta. Medina won over Thailand's Krabyang Kanlaya 3-0 in the quarterfinal and China's Huang Wenhuan 3-0 in the semifinal round. In an online interview, the 46-year-old Medina said, "God is good, a silver for my dear country." Medina added that it's hard to promise anything, but one thing is for sure, that she will do her very best for our dear country. Medina said she was happy to have contributed to the country's medal campaign for the 3rd time. She also got the silver during the 2010 edition of the Asian Para Games in Gwangju, China, and won the bronze in Incheon, South Korea 4 years ago. Zamboangueños all over the country are celebrating the Hermosa Festival this October. The highlight of this festival is the Regata de Zamboanga, a parade of colorful vinta representing the best of Zamboanga's culture and artistry. Maricor Zapata has the story.
The Regata de Zamboanga is the biggest and most colorful event in the annual Zamboanga Hermosa Festival. Native Zamboangueños celebrate the event in honor of their patron saint, the Virgen Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Zaragoza. The main events take place during the first 12 days of October, coming to a head on October 12, the feast day of the revered patrona. The regata is a fluvial racing contest, a constant feature of the Hermosa Festival for so many years now. The colorful sails of the participating vintas exemplify what Hermosa is, which means beautiful in both the Spanish and the local Creole Chavacano language. Most of those who joined were Bajaos and Sama fishermen. The Sama's ancestors were the workforce for the Spaniards to build Fort Pilar, whose eastern wall bears the embossed image of Nuestra Señora del Pilar. This year, over 200 vintas joined the race last October 7. Each vinta carried 2 persons and followed a marked-out course distance of about 400 meters. A Guardia Civil officer built the shrine. An old legend has it that the Virgin Mary image had saved the city from a tsunami caused by a giant storm. Fort Pilar was built by the Spaniards to intercept mortal pirates. Today, the fort and its venerated shrine still give a sense of security to both Christians and native Muslims living in this colorful, highly urbanized city by the sea. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Maricor Zapata.
Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Here's another look at today's top stories. President Duterte orders the unimpeded importation of rice in efforts to lower prices and boost supply in markets. The much-anticipated meeting between President Rodrigo Duterte and President Xi Jinping of China is taking shape as preparations for the upcoming first-ever state visit of Chinese president are now underway. The DILG and PCOO signed a circular urging local government units to comply with Freedom of Information standards. And a Philippine athlete bags a silver medal in table tennis at the Asian Para Games in Indonesia. Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the latest news and information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Good day.